Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are we?
How's everybody? Comedy Outlet Mondays.
Good to be here.
Welcome to NewsFlash. Sean is out this week because he traded the deed to the comedy project for a handful of magic beans, and he got spanked so hard by Joe that he can't sit down.
It's quite the image.
So tonight, I am your anchor, Peter.
And I'm your other anchor, Brandon. You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Our top story tonight. Super Bowl 59 happened last night in New Orleans with the Kansas City Chiefs facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles for the second time in the past 3 years. Regardless of the result, we all knew one thing going in. The city of Philadelphia was going to burn to the ground. And what a game it was. The Chiefs melted down quicker than the Pacific Palisades in a stunning playoff flop that made Patrick Mahomes look like Jared Goff. Yeah, I saw that game too, okay? Yeah. Okay. The only thing that disappeared faster than the Chiefs' three-peat hopes was Taylor Swift's screen time, because it turns out that vapid sham celebrity relationships are only fun when your man's winning. And Kelsey was too busy screaming at his coach to remember to catch the ball. After 12 straight victories by one score or less for Kansas City this season, though, it turns out that karma was the L for the Chiefs. That's right, Taylor fans.
Days before the big game, the Philadelphia mayor asked fans to not climb on anything, which was about as effective as telling a cat no. Last night, the mayor could be seen using a spray bottle to get fans off of local structures.
Bill Belichick stole the show this week, wearing all 8 of his Super Bowl rings to the NFL Honors Award show, while being accompanied by his 24-year-old girlfriend. Oh, sure, when I date a 24-year-old girl, it's creepy, but when Bill Belichick does it, it's even creepier.
Not sure about the point there. The American Heart Association says that the Kendrick Lamar song Not Like Us can be used to track the tempo of CPR. While this is potentially life-saving information, I'm not sure how I would feel waking up from cardiac arrest to find someone calling me a certified pedophile to my face.
A Super Bowl ad that used Google's Gemini AI falsely claimed that Gouda cheese makes up 50 to 60% of global cheese consumption. This mistake may cost them a lot of cheddar and their curd brie more consequences. Swiss isn't the first time Google's reputation has been shredded, but one thing is clear. We gotta do something about this.
I'm gonna hurt you after this. I'm gonna hurt you. A new restaurant is opening in the downtown market, and it's already closed.
They like the local stuff. We gotta keep that in mind. All right. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson has announced his candidacy for the upcoming Democratic primary for the Michigan governorship race, surprising everyone who saw his picture and said, wait, that guy's a Democrat? As Comm's resident political fence-sitting asshole, I think Swanson's got all the qualifications required to win. A good cop record, a body built by steroids, and a hairline that makes me feel better about my own. Plus, he's already been on a podcast with 2 comedians, which, as we all know, qualifies you for the White House.
On February 21st, Michigan will raise its state minimum wage by almost $2 per hour, from $10.56 to $12.48. Let's go. Meanwhile, the federal minimum wage has been lowered to 4 Trump coins and a middle finger to the face.
Boy, it's up to 4 now.
Wow. 4. We can get a lot.
Okay, it's official, everybody. Irish on Ionia is now Irish off Ionia. That's right, Grand Rapids' annual St. Patrick's Day Festival is relocating to Calder Plaza this year in response to feedback from the local community. The general sentiment was being, get these fucking drunks off my street. Organizers claim that the new area will offer attendees more space for falling down, vomiting, and several real-life car bombs. I can't wait to go back. But seriously, as a proud Irishman myself, I want attendees to represent the culture in a positive way. Otherwise, we will send you to whichever God you choose, Catholic or Protestant.
In plain news. Ah! Just kidding. This week at Japan... You guys get that because of all the crashes? Fine. This week, a Japan Airlines plane ran into a Park Delta jet on the tarmac of the Seattle-Tacoma airport. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and the Delta pilot went on to say the crash really sobered him up for the next flight. In other Asian airline news, dozens of live beetles were found in Japanese snacks during a customs check at LAX, likely smuggled to be sold on the exotic animal black market. Not sure what's scarier, an exotic animal black market or the thought of an anime nerd who is also into bugs.
The PlayStation Network went down for about 24 hours this weekend, causing mass outcry and losers everywhere. Players were having trouble accessing their online friends list, the PlayStation Store, and even gaming online Friday night into Saturday, according to the network page. Fortunately, usability was restored Saturday night before any gamers were forced to go outside and make a friend.
The president of Colombia made headlines this week when he said that cocaine is no worse than whiskey and would be, quote, sold like wine if legalized. I like that idea because we already buy fancy alcohol for special occasions, so there's a chance we would get to hear someone say, actually, I was saving that line for when my first child was born.
The movie Dog Man has been #1 at the box office for 2 consecutive weeks, or 14 consecutive dog weeks.
They like dog stuff.
They like dogs. All right. Oh, and it's me again. Okay. And because it wasn't enough to have the president of our country getting all the credit for posting insane shit on social media all the time again, Ye, or as you may know him, Kanye West, decided to dust off his old BlackBerry after getting kicked out of the Grammys last week and metaphorically asked Trump to hold his crazy pills, resuming his rants against pretty much everyone, including defending P. Diddy and, whoo boy, Hitler? I'm gonna let that sit in the moment for a second. Okay. Somebody definitely didn't get the Roman salute memo. This has resulted in his X account being either deleted or him shutting it down himself, depending on who you ask. And why not trust the man himself? Here with a deeper analysis is NewsFlash correspondent Zach Krishef.
Zach Krishef, everyone. Zach,
Right.
give it up.
All right. Give it up for Zach, everybody.
All right, so Zach, I understand that you are our only Jewish writer, and you have some insight into how anti-Semitism spreads.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
To begin, we start off.
Here, Zach, take mine. Yours isn't working. It's a live show, everybody.
To
We're all in
begin,
this together.
We
Okay.
start off
There we go.
with the hate factor, or F. Scientifically, that leads into calculating the amount of people in the world times the spread of the internet divided by the amount of people who regularly still spend time online.
Take notes, dude. Can I borrow your pen? Everyone take notes.
Minus the property of x plus t would then
Slow down.
equal the unit's worth of hatred that starts to go around from what people see Kanye West say, and then think, ooh, he's right, I'm gonna spread this around. And then it all goes back to the beginning because Kanye West has seen the initial posts and that makes him think, this is interesting. This is something I should write about. In a circular theory plus y for ye divided by z.
Is this gonna be on the midterm, do you think? Or?
I can't believe you guys are getting this for free.
Yeah.
Plus O, and then when you equal it along with a dose of PEMDAS, you get well, you look at that.
All right.
Correspondent Zach, everyone. Correspondent Zach.
Correspondent Zach, let's give it up one time for him.
Woo! Yes, thank you, Zach. You nailed that
All
one.
right, thank you.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Boy, Simon looks different this week.
Yeah, that was interesting. Where are we? I don't know. All right.
13.
Yes, thank you. All right. Cracker Barrel has publicly called out Waffle House after they implemented a 50-cent surcharge on eggs. Riveting stuff. Cracker Barrel released a public statement reading, "A surcharge on eggs? Nothing hospitable about that. Just a thought, but I wouldn't be so quick to start beef with a restaurant where every employee knows how to fight and the kitchen is behind bulletproof glass." Waffle House was also quick to respond, stating, "Big talk from a failing restaurant that sells $200 wicker chairs in the lobby." In other egg news, 100,000 eggs with an estimated value of $40,000 were stolen from the back of a trailer in Pennsylvania. Warner Brothers has already optioned the story for a heist movie under the working title Ocean's Dozen. Tickets to the film will have a 50-cent surcharge for every egg cracked in the making of the film.
J.D. Vance recently cited medieval Catholic theology in justifying the immigration crackdown under President Donald Trump. Vance posted that the concept is basic common sense because one's moral duties to one's children outweigh those to a stranger who lives thousands of miles away, or in this case, a neighbor who lives next door. JD is simply adding a small footnote to a commandment from Jesus, love your neighbor as yourself, as long as they have the right paperwork.
Joe Biden has signed with the Hollywood talent agency CAA, and I hear he'll do anything to get the part. Biden is a sought-after talent by many directors looking to save thousands on makeup when a scene has a dead body in it.
All right. The Trump team is currently drafting an executive order to eliminate the Department of Education, which according to Elon Musk, no longer exists. Hit it, Sean! Alice Cooper, everybody! First appearance on NewsFlash, you're welcome! All right, children everywhere are about to find out there's a lot worse places to be than in school. Buckle up, kids, because Minecraft just got a whole new meaning. Two songs. I didn't know we were doing 2 songs. All right.
It's very expensive.
Yeah. As Com's resident political fence-sitting asshole, I'm torn on this decision. On one hand, I think it's high time these babies stop leeching off the welfare of others. By that, I mean their mom's tits. But on the flip side, I know that a 13-year-old has the testosterone and lack of empathy that would make them such a ruthless CEO that in comparison, Brian Thompson would look like Mother Teresa. It's a bit of a thinker. It's a bit of a thinker. So it's probably not good.
Well, I hope you like your donuts filled with listeria. Millions of donuts have been recalled by the FDA for concerns over listeria contamination. Symptoms include fever, muscle aches, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which is actually hard to spot because that's what happens every time I eat a whole box of Krispy Kreme.
Sources say that the CIA has offered buyouts to the entire workforce to align with the Trump administration's new priorities. The top priority, of course, not getting killed by the CIA.